video review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new MattyCollector.com exclusive Voltron Defender of the Universe Blue Lion and Princess Allura. Now there's a little bit of, I don't want to say controversy, but confusion about this. And really, there really shouldn't be. The original story showed that, well, Princess Allura took over for Sven, who died in the original cartoon. Although I think some of those, I haven't seen in a long time, but I believe some of those actual scenes were cut out. Now, the one that's coming to mind is a scene where Sven is actually, like, they're having a whole funeral for him. I think that's actually cut out of the actual American version. I remember seeing it somewhere, so maybe it's like the Japanese version, but there you have that. But people that want a Sven figure, well, we got Sven, but this figure here is the subscription exclusive figure. The only way that you could get this is if you actually bought the subscription for Club Voltron. But we'll get to this guy here in a little bit. But here we go, big old white mailing box. So come around here, open this, and there's the blue lion. Big kitty cat, eat the big kitty. And here you have the Blue Lion and Princess Allura open up and out of their packaging. We'll get to the Blue Lion here in a minute, but starting things off first, we're going to take a look at Princess Allura, which comes in the really cool Matty Collector packaging with this. I really like it. I love the little, I don't know exactly what you call it. It's not a hologram, but kind of reflective Voltron logo right there. You got the figure, the alternate head, the blue key for the Blue Lion. Now, people will be like, why is she wearing pink when the lion is blue? How come they don't match? And everybody always asks that on every single one of my videos, and it's because, honestly, it doesn't matter. These aren't Power Rangers. It just wasn't something, to my knowledge, that they really thought of actually including. I mean, sure, I guess it would make a little bit more sense, but she's pink because she's a girl, I guess. Now, the original pilot, like I said, was Sven. He wore black, so, again, doesn't really match. So people are gonna freak out about it, but it really doesn't matter. Flip it around here on the back. See that the hilt is included, so we're actually gonna be able to connect some of the blazing sword. I'm so excited, finally able to do that. You got the key stand that also dubs as the key, but it's that one's pink. That's kind of strange. You can put Allura inside the pilot like with all the other ones, and it says Princess Allura pilots Blue Lion. The Blue Lion, which forms Voltron's right leg, is piloted by the brave and beautiful Princess Allura. She definitely divides her time between piloting duties and her powerful position as ruler of the planet Arus. So there you go, the princess. So really kind of cool packaging. That's really about it. Then coming to the Blue Lion itself, again, this is being one of the legs, a much larger figure than what we gotten with the green and the red lions, thus giving us a much bigger packaging. I love the dark blue packaging on here. It's very cool looking. You see the weapon up there on the side, the really kind of reflective Voltron logo. Flip around here on the back, and you can see we're so close. We're so close. 4 of the 5 we have. We're just waiting for October for the black line to come out. So very cool. Instantly transforms from Voltron's right leg to lion, which again we've covered this in 3 other videos before, that the gimmick is really kind of reversed and kind of silly. But what are you gonna do? We're kind of used to it by now. It says Princess Allura, leader of the planet Arus, courageously pilots Blue Lion, which forms Voltron's right leg. Blue Lion was hidden in the moat around the Castle of Lions until all the lions were found and Voltron was needed once more. And of course, figures sold separately, which is strange because it's not. Subject to, they should put extreme availability, because this guy actually sold out, I think, the fastest out of all the lines so far. He sold out in about 22 minutes, which is really kind of strange, because I don't understand why these are selling out so incredibly fast now as it approaches the end, because there's no way to get the other lines unless you go on eBay or something like that. But really kind of cool. I really actually enjoyed the yellow lion. That really impressed me, so I'm really hoping that the Blue Lion kind of continues on with that. But that being said, let's get these guys open and see how cool they actually are. Alright guys, so here we have Princess Allura and the Blue Lion opened up and out of its packaging. And starting things off first, we gotta go to the sword. We gotta do this because I have wanted to assemble part of a sword for a long time. Now, you actually get this a little bit of instruction here. So we got the pieces already. We got the handle. We got this little blade bit right here. And basically now we have to take this section, and this, looking at the instructions, looks like we connect this just like so. Guess it goes like that. And boom! It's a sword! And then, but that's not all. we actually can take this piece, and this piece can actually plug in here. At least I'm hoping it's supposed to. Or maybe it's supposed to go here. Oh yeah, it's supposed to go like this. It goes like this. Wait, what side? I guess it doesn't matter. It's the exact same. So we go like this, and well, oh, maybe. No, maybe it doesn't go the exact same way. All right, so it does go a specific way. It won't go that way. So, come on. Ooh, blazing sword, and so very cool. This is really kind of big. I mean, you can see, I mean, that's how big this thing is. Now we only need one more piece, and that's going to be the tip, so it's going to make it even come out to here. So the other kind of cool thing is that she comes with the part for a stand. You kind of put this together, I think, something like that. There we go. You just snap that in there, and you can actually then take this sword and fit it through here. I'm guessing. Let's see. Kind of just wiggle it. Well, maybe. I don't know. Wait, no, that's actual. Okay, all right. Hold on. There's like a little groove right here. All right, and then it just slides, and then you can actually display it like that. Now, it'll come with a second one that'll be down here at the other end. That probably comes with a black lion, I'm guessing, because that's all we have left coming. But you can see that there are two of them here. So this goes all the way back here, and yeah, well, something like that. And you can see that, like, there's a groove and there's a little slot in there. So you can hold that just like so, which that looks really freaking cool. And you can see just how big that sword is going to be. Very awesome. Nice detail on here. I love the whole flaming look. I think that's absolutely fantastic. And this is almost a sword that you could probably wield yourself. So very cool. Coming to Allura herself, as you can see, she is a little teeny tiny girl figure. But because it's Matty Collector, it wouldn't be a Voltron figure if we didn't have a figure problem of sorts. And I don't know how well this is going to come across, but you can see her arm. It doesn't bend very well. It's got a lot of flask or extra plastic where it actually goes on the outside, and you can see that. That's not good. You see this one here? It bends, and this little bit right up underneath here actually goes underneath the upper part of the arm, whereas this one actually goes outside it. So that sucks, but the figure itself actually looks really good. Her boob's dirty. There's a little stuff on her boob, but really nice figure. I like how she actually has her little princess tiara on there. Very kind of cool. You got the little white dots right in there. You got the Voltron logo, her belt, and of course this gun that's stuck on there. She does come with her alternate head, which that pops off. And here's her alternate head, and then you just stick that on just like so. And she has definitely got the down looking thing going. You can see it looks pretty cool, but she definitely has that down look going, at least with this. Now, the actual regular head doesn't seem to have that much. She's really kind of looking straight there, obviously. So the head on this looks down, which, you know what, on this it doesn't look all that bad. It's kind of cool looking, and I'm sorry, it decided to get blurry, but I mean, that actually kind of looks cool that she's looking down. I kind of dig that. Now everybody's going to be asking, well, why does she wear pink when, you know, the lion's here? Oh, wait a minute. No, okay, the leg moves. You know, the lion is blue. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. But for articulation, the head is on a little swivel joint. Not really a ball joint because, as I've mentioned in other videos, the peg here is way too long. I mean, if it sat up here, you know, it would be more of a ball joint, but when you push it in there, it pushes it all the way down, so you can't really get much of a ball joint action. And the dirt on her boob is really starting to bug me. You can really see that. Moves in and out, rotates all the way around, rotates at the elbow, has it bends at the elbow, but mine is stupid, obviously. Also on this side, this elbow here at least bends better. She rotates at the waist, in and out of the leg, in and out at the leg, forward and back, bends at the knee. She actually goes pretty good size back, but again, this is a little bit well, no, actually that's about right. That's about where, zooming out, that's about as far as it goes back this way, and then rotating that around, and that's about as far back as it goes as well. So
So there you go. I mean, that's actually pretty close. So her cut joint on the front of the knee is a lot better than on the other figures that we've gotten, and I do appreciate that. I like that because I really think that that's something that's absolutely stupid on the other figures. But there's Allura, and like I said, that is, and it's just getting worse as I keep rubbing it because it's, I don't know what that is. I was able to kind of rub it off, but that's still really kind of weird. Now, in terms of a size difference, you can see that Allura is a much smaller figure. Not as small as Pidge, per se, but definitely smaller than the regular figures, including Lance here, and obviously much smaller than Hunk. And then, just because we're going to move that back, here is the original pilot of the Blue Lion, Sven. Now, people have often been wondering, well, why is Allura one of the pilots? Well, if you actually follow the cartoon, Sven was mortally wounded. Well, I don't want to say mortally wounded. In the American cartoon, he was just very badly hurt, and he was sent off to rehabilitate himself, but then we never really saw him again. But in the actual Japanese version, there's a whole scene that's cut and omitted from the American edition that shows him in a coffin, so clearly he dies and he's gone. So there is the Lion pilots as we have them already, and looking very cool. Setting her back out to the side, we're going to come up to the actual Blue Lion itself, and much like the Yellow Lion, this is a very well put together figure. I actually really dig this guy. It's very nicely done. Compared to the green one, and also the red one, this and the Yellow Lion really stand out so far as being the best ones. You can see very nice detail on here. It's cartoon accurate, so this is the best we're going to get. You got the little green dot right there. One thing that sucks, he doesn't have the numbers, but again, that was something that was on the toys. This is a $55 set. Now, that includes the Lion and Allura, so you have to really kind of determine whether or not you think $55 is worth it for this. This is a very big figure. As you can see, it takes up a lot of space. From end to end, this guy is about 16 inches long. So from the tip of his tail, which barely sticks out right there, to the tip of his nose, 16 inches. So it's a very big figure. And the price definitely reflects that. Really nice. I love the face on this one. For some reason, the head on the Blue Lion always just really kind of impressed me. I really dig it. The articulation on here, the head rotates, and as you can see, has a pretty easy rotation. Now, one of the biggest complaints that I had with the Red Lion and even the Green Lion is these joints are really kind of stiff. Now, that makes sense because they're going to be holding the weapon, and hopefully that'll make even more sense when we actually get the sword and the shield and see that, you know, maybe that is the reason why those ones are so stiff. His mouth is articulated. It goes up and down just like so on a nice ratchet joint that you can hear. Kind of get these legs back so he can actually stand. For his accessory, he does come with a dagger, but it doesn't have any of the holes on it, so I'm wondering if you're just supposed to just stick it in there. Now, all the other ones actually had little holes where he would hold on to it, but this one doesn't, so that's kind of flimsy inside there and doesn't really hold all that well. Let me see if I can get it all the way in there, and yeah, I mean, really, it's not going to hold in there because you can't push it in all that far. So that's really the best. I mean, he does hold it, but it's not as secure as the other lines, just because, like I said, those little notches aren't there. But his legs here, they do have ratchet joints going forward and back. You can't go back too far because that locks it in, so you have to pull it out. They bend at the, I guess, knee folds up obviously a whole lot more. These are obviously ratcheted, very strong ratchets on here. Back legs do the same thing, and yeah, really kind of stiff, which is good. And then the tail has a little bit of flex in it as well. And then you can see that this tail is painted yellow, whereas the actual Yellow Lion wasn't painted at all. So really very cool. Now, one of the neatest things, obviously, is the fact that the pilots can actually pilot the Lion. So you can bend him down. Let me try to get him on his little tippy toes so you can see what's going on. Well, kind of sort of like that. You can take Allura, you can take this little key, you can push it in, unlatch it, lift it up, and here you have it. And again, Matty Collector with their wonderful stickers, stop putting the stickers on. Let us do it, because that's terrible. Just, you gotta push it in there, and they're crooked. The cockpit sticker up here isn't on all the way, and it's crooked, and I wish, just put these on a sheet. Cut them off, put them on a sheet, give them to us. Now, this doesn't stay up, but you can take Allura, take the head off. Here, let me pop that head off. Oh, you know what? Oh, no, okay, never mind. Put that in there, just like so. Stretch her legs out, lift that up, and now you can have Allura piloting the Blue Lion just like so. Now, just because we have Sven, we can take him also, and we can stretch that out. We can, oh, I locked it. Open. You can actually take Sven, and you can have Sven inside there. Although, there we go. Get him inside there, and now you can have Sven piloting it like he originally was intended. Lock that down, and now you have the Blue Lion fully piloted, and you have Princess Allura just kind of hanging out, doing her princessy things, and she there we go. She stands a little bit more difficultly because her feet are really kind of tiny, but there you have the Blue Lion. Now, to transform them, really simple, much like the Yellow Lion itself, well, exactly like the Yellow Lion. You just take this, fold this in like so, fold these back, and then actually you're supposed to keep these bent like that. Do that on this side as well. Take the head, fold that up like so. Now, if you want to, you can keep the feet like this, but it's not going to create a very stable balance thing for them, because you're supposed to take this and you're supposed to fold this down as a heel. If you do that, though, it doesn't sit down all the way. So you can either leave this up and just like leave it like that, which I might actually do. I kind of dig the way that looks. Or you can fold this back like so, fold that down, and you can have that. It's really your personal preference. Coming up to the top, stretch these in just like so. Do that on this side as well. Now you can take these feet and you can rotate these around, but again, when you actually release it, and I'll just do that real quick, his feet are going to be backwards. So I prefer to actually leave them folded up like this. That's actually how the animation on it looks, and it really doesn't matter too much because that's where Voltron is going to connect, where the Blue Line is going to connect to the black line, his butt. So there you have it, big old leg of Voltron, and again, you're seeing just how big that this is going to be. Now when you actually do put him in this mode, you lose some of the obvious size of him. This is only about 9.5 inches tall, but you can imagine how big that this guy is going to really get. And for a size comparison, here is the Blue Lion, and well, it should be reversed, but here is the Yellow Lion, and you're really seeing, like I said, just how big and awesome this really is going to be. 23 inches tall is going to be massive when you talk a figure, and I am so very excited about it. One thing that's actually kind of cool that I noticed, when it comes down to the legs, the blue figure has yellow eyes, and it's opposite on the other figure. The yellow figure has blue eyes. That's kind of cool. And now the gimmick that everybody knows and loves, all you have to do, fold out the tail, just like so, and well, that detached. This button on the bottom here is actually used to detach this section, so when you reach in there, you can feel that moving. That'll actually detach him from the black line. But pushing this little blue button on the bottom, and you get transformation back into Lion. And then you have to take this and you have to fold this up. But one thing that does kind of suck is it's springy. Like right here, there's nothing, so it's very springy. So you put it down and it just droops down. He doesn't have, he's just too heavy to actually stand on his own. So you really have to kind of utilize that one notch to actually get him to stand, but it's not too terribly bad, I guess. Now the Blue Lion and Allura actually sold out really fast. I'm continuously amazed with how fast these are actually selling out, considering not a lot of people bought them initially. This set lasted only, I think, like 25 minutes, something like that. And that really is pretty impressive if you ask me. For figures that are not Masters of the Universe Classic, I'm really impressed that these things have been selling so very well. Now, Sven was available only if you bought the Club exclusive, or I'm sorry, the Club Voltron subscription. And $55 honestly is not that bad of a deal if you ask me. When you break it down, you're basically paying $20 for the figure and $35 for the actual lion, which really, again, because of the size, is not bad if you ask me. If anything, the $20 for Allura is the most kind of ridiculous, but kind of combine the fact that it comes with an alternate head and a piece for the sword itself, I really think that this deal is actually pretty good. This is the one where the deal is actually kind of because you're paying $20 for the club subscription, and that's what you get for it. So that kind of makes the figure $20, which definitely doesn't seem to work out financially in my mind. This is a much more, I guess, decently priced figure set. The biggest problem is, like I said, it sold out in 22 minutes. So if you weren't able to get on there and get this, you're going to be stuck going to places like eBay and paying a whole lot more money. I mean, these figures by themselves are running like $100 on eBay, which is amazing. But this is a great looking set, and honestly, I cannot wait for October to be able to put everything together. I'm definitely going to need a bigger review area. But that's about it, guys. So until next time, when we bring you the final piece to Voltron, the Black Lion, this has been Optibotimus. Thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you later.